You see, many people talk about unemployment in Nigeria. And I think the problem we have in Nigeria is actually beyond unemployment. It's the unemployability of so many people who don't have the right skill to work. Because there are so many work that is begging and looking for people to come into it. And there's nobody.
This is Souq business landscape.
Now, we're still talking about the labor market. Now, we're leaving the younger ones. Let's get to what IMF is talking about. IMF is giving a warning that the workforce is facing a rising pressure to acquire new skills, not just in Nigeria. Workers worldwide are undergoing growing pressure to acquire new skills as artificial intelligence and digital technologies rapidly reshape labor markets, according to International Monetary Fund. IMF Managing Director Kristalina highlighted the trend in a blog post drawing on fresh analysis of millions of online job vacancies. The IMF said the data span advanced and emerging economics, revealing a structural shift in employer expectation. Technology-driven changes is altering job requirements faster in previous decades, making adaptability and continuous learning increasingly central to employability across sectors. According to the fund, 1 in 10 job posting in advanced economies now require at least one new skill, while the figure stands at 1 in 20 in emerging markets. Okay, dear Doc.
Yeah.
This is where we find ourselves. We wake up every single morning and the job you thought you were good at has changed thanks to what technology can do on that particular job.
Yeah.
And people are finding it difficult to upskill, sometimes reskill. Should we, in this part of the world, be worried?
Yeah, why shouldn't we be worried? Because it's also already a living reality as we speak. You see, many people talk about unemployment in Nigeria. And I think the problem we have in Nigeria is actually beyond unemployment. It's the unemployability of so many people who don't have the right skill to work. Because there are so many work that is begging and looking for people to come into it. And there's nobody. For example, even in this studio, as we're sitting down here, we've been looking for a skill for the past 3 years of somebody who can use augmented reality so that the green screen can be activated. We have not found one in this country. So we invested over $7,000 to buy software. Nobody can use it. And here people are looking for job. We're looking for motion graphics, editors. We have been putting advert consistently. You can't find them. But yeah, people are passing CVs all around. So the bigger problem we have is actually not the fact that people don't have certificate. It's the fact that the jobs that are valuable, we don't have matching skills from those who are not employed. So that's a big problem. And now what are you going to find? I was so happy, and I think ID Kabasa was in the studio at the radio at the weekend, and he was saying something, and he was telling his colleague and said, look, if you're an adult, you need to go learn AI. Because if you have to succeed without AI, you must do things that AI cannot do, which is huge. So this brings me to very proactive nation like Japan, who in their 2024 budget had to spend over 15 trillion yen to train people who were 40 years and above. Same for Singapore, to retrain them so that they can be adaptive to the new technologies and skills that the workplace demand. So I think that we must also be thinking, if Nigeria, for example, government make do its promise to digitize the entire workspace, there are over 50% of Nigerian workforce who are still struggling with how to use computer. So these are challenges that are real. And if, for example, we have to deal with the problem of poverty, the problem of corruption within the workspace, then of course you have to digitize. And if you have to digitize, then you must have workers that are digitally savvy. But you have a lot of people who can't even use smartphone. And so these are big issues that had to be addressed, because by the time you transition into that digital era, a lot of people will become redundant because there'll be no work to do. And you remember this happened in the 2000, early 2000, when computer came, and people were still doing the manual typewriter. And some people thought that it was not going to end, and all of a sudden it ended. So I think we must be bracing off for the reality that is before us, because AI is just starting, and a lot is going to happen. The way we work has changed completely, and people must adapt to the new realities.
Okay, people have to adapt to the new realities, Doc is saying. Let's now bring it to our own peculiarity as it concerns us. Now, our country has just gone digital. Government has just gone digital. The last 2 years, full digital, although the implementation is still happening. But the workforce have not followed suit digitally. And now we are getting to a place where the world itself is complaining that we have skill gap worldwide. Which means if they come and put us on a scale here in Nigeria, we are in trouble. Are we looking at catching up or growing at our own pace?
What we are doing is growing at our own pace. But what we need to be doing is catching up. Because we now operate, we've always been operating in a global market, in a global ecosystem, global village. We are not living in isolation. We are in direct competition with every other country of the world. We produce products, we want it to compete in the capital market, in the global market. So we need to, for us to be prosperous as a nation, we are in competition with the rest of the world. And we have to be equally as competitive as they are. So we don't have time. We don't have the luxury. We cannot even afford the luxury to grow at our own pace. We just need to catch up. We've been talking about poverty all day. We've been talking about how we need more money as a country. This is how we make more money as a country. We have to be more competitive. We need to be more efficient. We need to be able to compete globally. While we are concentrating, a lot of our young people are trying to emigrate into these better economies. In Asia, in Thailand, in some of these countries, in India, they stay in their country and they get outsourced digital jobs while they are in their country, and they are making FX for their country without necessarily traveling out. Let's look at how much we waste in visas for European and American countries that never issue to us. It's in hundreds of millions of dollars. So while we are wasting that money and we are finding a new way to impress the embassy, people in Thailand, people in India, they sit down there, they are earning money by the hour in USD without having to leave their country to go to those places. People in China are churning out products. Almost every young Nigerian has Temu on their phone and AliExpress, and they spend average of $20 every month, the money that we don't even have. What is our minimum wage again? 70,000. And then you have most of our young people spending $20, $30 of the resources that is not there on Temu, on Chinese products. So, and then we ask, why is the value of the Naira the way it is? So there is no time to grow at our pace. If we want to live the life that we desire so much, good life, good infrastructure, good healthcare, we need to catch up like yesterday.
Okay, while we're looking at catching up like yesterday, 99.99999% of AI funding is coming from Asia and the West. Africa is nowhere near it. What if tomorrow a lot of all this AI research, AI application, AI software is monetized? That means we'll be at the mercy of the West and Asia. What can Africa do right now?
All the AI are already monetized. Mm-hmm. The free AI is just for you to test, to be able to subscribe for the premium. Is again like this is the advanced social media. Facebook, everybody on Facebook think is free. But Facebook is monetized. Is either you are paying for a service or you are the commodity. Somebody is paying to get your attention. But we are enjoying a service that we think is free, where we are being
Harvested.
we are being harvested. Somebody is paying for us being there. So because there's no free lunch anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, everything that we use is monetized. Even YouTube, everything is monetized. So it's either you are there, you are making money, or you are the commodity. You are the one that is being sold. Okay. So as African, we need to wake up and stop waiting for free lunch. We have this mentality of the West is coming to save us. They are never coming to save us. Their priority is their own interests. And we are only here to survive as much as we serve their own purpose.